Hey y'all, it's Janine, and I wanted to do a tutorial for you today on this very simple ombre smoky look. If you're a beginner and you're really new to working with eyeshadows, and doing these types of eye looks, this is super simple. I'm using all very affordable products. The most expensive product I use here in this tutorial is $5. So if you're a beginner, this is going to be very simple for you. It's going to be very affordable, and I'm only going to use 2 eyeshadow brushes. So if you're somebody who doesn't have a very large collection of brushes, this is also going to be very simple for you. But anyway, what it is, it's just an ombre technique where you start with a darker color and it fades up to a very light color, and what you end up with is this wonderful smoky effect, but it is super simple. So if you're not somebody who's really great at doing, like, say, the outer V and doing, all the crease work and such, this is going to be really simple. You're going to be able to get that smoky look, nice, dark, dramatic look. But if you don't have the greatest skill set, or you're just really new to makeup, you're going to find this very easy to do. And I'm going to zoom in and show you the look real close, and then we'll get started with the tutorial. Now I finally got it. So and I apologize, I don't have the greatest quality camera in the world. But you can see we just start, it's nice and dark here, and then it fades up to the lightest color in the brow bone. And as you're going to see in this tutorial, it is very simple to achieve. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've already gotten started. I applied my primer, and it's Laura Geller Spackle and Ethereal, and I applied my e.l.f. eyelid primer to my eyes. I did my eyebrows with my NYX eyebrow cake powder in dark brown, and I've also applied my foundation, which is my Laura Geller Balance and Brighten in regular, and I also use it as a concealer. I just apply it, when using it as a concealer, I just use my Bare Escentuals concealer brush. I apply it to my eyes and any problem areas that I may have on my face. And now we're going to go ahead and dive right in and get started with the eyes. I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and apply it directly underneath the eyebrows. And I'm going to take NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and French Fries, but any of the Jumbo Eye Pencils that are in a brown, bronzy, kind of neutral brown color is going to work just fine. And you see, we don't have to be real neat with this. I'm going to take my ring finger and blend the milk down towards the crease. And I'm going to take my middle finger and blend the French fries all over the lower eyelid and up to the crease. And then repeat the process on the other side. Okay, now I'm going to go into my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and we're going to be working with just this side of the palette. And I'm going to start with this top color, this pretty creamy color, and I'm going to take this flat paddle brush from EcoTools, and it's called the Blend Brush. And also, you're going to want to keep a paper towel handy. Since we're doing this look using only a couple of brushes, we're going to need to be able to dust the brush off in between colors. So I'm going to go ahead and load the brush with that color and start at the brow. And here again, this is why paper towel is useful, because I got just a little too much product on the brush, so I can just dust it off and then just work the color down and into the inner corner. So we want to keep that inner corner just a little bit bright. If you're like me and your eyes are close set, it helps to keep that inner corner bright. And don't worry about being super neat or stopping at a particular point, because this look is about blending. So it's okay for the colors to overlap, because that's actually what we really want. Now I'm going to dust that brush off and go into the second color down, which is this color here. And I would describe it as somewhat of a kind of a neutrally pink to peachish color, but really still playing very much into the neutrals. And then right about, my brow bone is right about here, and that's about where I'm going to start this color. And again, I'm just going to tap it on and blend it down. Okay, now we're going to take and just go into the third color. And right about where I would place my crease, which is just above my natural crease, is where I'm going to start to place this color. And you see I'm not going all the way to the inner corner with this, because like I said, I put that lighter color there. I want to keep that very light and bright. So I'm just going just shy of my inner corner. And make sure you stay, keep an eye on your edge here, because you want to keep this edge nice and clean. And like I said, for me with a hooded eye, I try not to go too far this way with it, because then it'll really make my eye look very droopy. So occasionally I'll just do a little check and kind of take my finger and clean that edge up just a bit. But continue to blend this color down towards the lid. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and go into this beautiful dark rich sparkly brown color here. I think I just jabbed it with my fingernail. And be careful, because this color is very, very strong. I'm going to show you, I picked some up on my brush, but then tapped it off onto my napkin, because it is a very strong color. So I'd rather start more gently with it and build it up than put entirely too much product on to begin with. And I'm just going to pat that lightly onto my lower lid. And again, just avoiding the going all the way to the inner corner. Now, if you don't have closed set eyes like I do, then you can go all the way to the inner corner with these darker colors, and I'm sure that would work just fine on you. But for me, I need to avoid that, or my eyes will look like they meet all the way to my nose. Okay, and I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. And again, right now they don't really have to be perfect, because we're about to go in with the blending, and that's just going to smooth everything out and make it nice and seamless, and like I say, give you that gradual fade of color. Okay, and to do that, I'm going to use, again, an EcoTools brush, and this one's called Highlight, but it's just got a nice fluffy blending end on it. And it's, to me, they really have these brushes labeled improperly, but anyway, so I'm going to start between the lightest two colors, and this brush is nice and clean, and occasionally I'm going to flip my napkin over to a clean side, and occasionally while you're blending, you just want to dust it off. But I'm just going to go between those first two colors and just gently back and forth blend between them. Just don't want to be able to see where one begins and one ends. And this just requires a little patience, but it's totally worth the outcome. Okay, and I'm just going to dust the brush off, and now I'm going to go to the next, between the next two set of colors. And make sure you just blend all the way around. And occasionally you will find when you're doing this type of blending that maybe a color gets a little bit lost in the process. And don't let that panic you. So I kind of find I've lost that third color here a little bit. You could always just go back in with a little more of the color and blend it in. And you don't have to use 4 colors for this technique. You can use 3, and that would work just as well. Okay, I just want to blend this side out just a little bit more. Just remember occasionally to dust off your brush, and that'll help keep your colors from getting muddy on you. And the key with this technique is blend, blend, blend. And that actually looks pretty good. I was going to go back in with that third color and place a little more of it, but right now I'm looking at this and I'm very pleased with the results. I think I've got a nice ombre look going on. Again, just making sure keep this edge clean here on both sides. Check for any fallout. And I think that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line my eyes and apply my mascara and do the blush and the lips, and I'll be back. Well, here is the completed look, guys, and I just wanted to show you what I used on my cheeks was this LA Colors blush in Spice. I picked it up at my local Dollar Tree for $1. And on my lips is my Absolute Lip Crayon, and the color is Burgundy. And I picked this up at my local beauty supply store, and I want to say it was around $2. And then my e.l.f. lipstick in Voodoo, and this is from their $1 line. And that's just a beautiful rich red that's a brownish red. And on my eyes, I did my e.l.f. cream eyeliner in black, and this is from their $3 line. And on my eyelashes is my Wet n Wild Mega Plump mascara in black, and I want to say that is either $3 or $4. And again, the Wet n Wild palette that I used on my eyes was my Comfort Zone palette, and this is around $5. And a little trick that I do when I put cream eyeliner on my waterline, I go in with a flat or matte black eyeshadow to set it, and it helps it to last longer. So this is my Wet n Wild Greed palette, and I just use this matte black here to set my cream eyeliner with. And I applied the cream eyeliner with this brush that I got in a kit that I ordered off of QVC, a Laura Geller kit. And I love this eyeliner brush. It just has a very, very sharp, fine edge to it. And if you're a beginner, it makes applying cream eyeliner a breeze. It makes it very, very simple. And I don't know if I point out that this is the brush that I use to apply that matte black. It's an Eco Tools brush, and it's labeled Smudge. And I use that to apply that matte black eyeshadow to set my gel eyeliner with, or cream eyeliner with. And I think that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.